Good evening, I hope everybody is doing very well, right? Also, I'm just going to give me a wee second to kind of move the camera a bit. It doesn't matter, hee-haw. I've had to do this video now the second time because obviously my oldest decided to shut the door and let the cat in. Now we're going to be talking about the real Ronald McDonald. Not the McDonald's that everybody knows, but you'll soon get to know why that came for this. The real Ronald McDonald, not the one you remember, the commercials, the smell of red paint, the silence of 12 missing children. In 1892, a drifter named Ronald McDonald took our county fairs across the Midwest. Bright red coat, yellow waistcoat, white glove to the elbows, a painted smile, so wide it cut into his cheeks. He called his tent the Happy Meal. Admission was free for children inside. The light was dim. The air smelled of sweet bread and varnish. Each child got a small paper box, red with a yellow emblem, brushed on the side. Inside a soft bun and a slice of cold meat, a hand-carved wooden toy and a card. Eat up, come back tomorrow. Parents saw nothing wrong, but children stepped out pale in silence. Some wouldn't eat for days, some wouldn't speak at all. But by the summer's end, 12 children had vanished from towns where his tent appeared. When the law searched his wagon, they found it empty, except for a crate of red paint, yellow cloth and dozens of unused paper boxes. 20 years later, an advertising company in Chicago bought an all-fairground poster to inspire a new mascot for a growing restaurant chain. They kept the name, they kept the colours, they kept the smile, and every time you've seen it since, you've been looking at colour's face. And obviously I've showed you the photograph of the person in the wee shot. Now, there was another colour called actually Ronald McDonald. He was born February the 25th, 1926, between August 7th, 2011. He was an American convict child molester known for playing Santa Claus for over 25 years before confessing to his crimes. McDonald had been a prominent figure in Lake Forest Park, Washington, as a year-round Santa who volunteered his time at least 6 days a week to working with children, including those in Seattle area hospitals. When it was revealed that McDonald had been molesting children, the news gained international attention. He definitely looks like the party, like would it be the white beard and all that, as a Santa Claus. He was obviously, as I say, born on the 25th of February. Oh my god, that's the same day my second oldest was born. In 1926 in the United States. And he died the 7th of August 2000, and he was 85. And obviously, in a prison. His conviction was on January 20th, 1998. He was charged, it was done for first degree rape by a child 4 times, first degree child molestation 3 times. He spent 26.5 years imprisonment, and his victims were between ages 8 to 45 plus in a span of between 1937 to October 1997. And it's scary that these figures are things, but obviously McDonald's was actually taken for the first bit I was talking about. The red hair, the emblem of the, obviously, and the badge on the thing about, I mean, who doesn't remember, obviously, the statue of McDonald's, or somebody dressing up at McDonald's at kids' parties and things like that. But obviously I've heard so many stories. I mean, it's like McDonald's is selling human meat. True, not true, I don't know. I really don't know. It was okay when I was pregnant with my son. And that was 30 years ago, when it kind of got introduced here in the UK. And I was craving that back then. But a lot of people enjoy it. It's cheap, it's nasty, whatever. I mean, it's obviously it came from America. And I don't even think a lot of Americans eat McDonald's because it's so nasty. But with McDonald's, it's like me, my dad, you could get if you have £50,000, you could if you have the franchise to you can open a building for a franchise at McDonald's, and then but I was like, Dad, no, because what he was wanting to do was put in a big background right beside my oldest school at the time, and I'm going, that's the worst idea ever. It probably would have made money, a lot of money, if I just not talked about it. I just didn't want it near a primary school because it's like, that's just too easy for kids to go in. But now you've got one that's in the area and it's right beside a shopping centre. I mean, they're everywhere. Anywhere you go, they're everywhere. I mean, you'll know, it's like if you're in about the world, they're just kind of, they pop everywhere you go. The McDonald's push pop up everywhere. But obviously, the killer is, that's where it's taken is obviously that, because obviously they get rid of the statues and things like that, because they were quite intimidating for little children. They were terrified, right? Ronald McDonald. But it's not even, it's to say it's nasty. Their chips are disgusting, over salted. I mean, you don't get the chip ants to say, don't salt my chips. They just salt them anyway. So they're heavily loaded with salt in your food. And there's some McDonald's, no joking, people have done things to the food. I mean, there was a place in Gasmont that was spitting the food. There was a place in Scotbride that would do other things to the food. And obviously these people were caught, obviously, but it kind of put you off going to the certain McDonald's. As I say, I know a lot of people that work in McDonald's, amazing staff. They are overly worked in McDonald's, and I mean overly worked, and they barely get a day off, barely. I mean, it's a lot of students and people that are at school work at McDonald's. I mean, I know there's, like my nephew, I mean, he was at college, and it was obviously, he done it while college was off, and he's obviously put his money away so he could save up and go on holiday, and enjoyed it. But then when they went back to college, he tried to explain to them it was at college and it was cutting. They weren't caring, they didn't care. They wanted him in for a certain time, and he just went, no, enough. But I mean, there was people it went to high school, and that my daughter knew, and they were trying to cut into her time when she was doing her exams. Again, they didn't care. They just did not care. They're all about the franchise is all about is money, money, money. It's like any business, isn't it? It's all about, see, if you're a business owner, take care of your staff, and be a bit more lenient if people are at high school trying to make a bit of money, or at college. Take care of the students, because these are the people that make your business, apart from the customers coming in and buying. But if it wasn't them, for them behind the counter cooking your food, then your food wouldn't be getting sold. So you've got to take that into consideration. But obviously, as I said, the real Ronald McDonald obviously was a child molester. another one in 1892, he was also, he killed people, killed children. I mean, when you look at that real one in the photograph, I've also, you obviously this Ronald McDonald, he was thinking a cat, Santa Claus. The other one was actually thinking a clown, and went from one fairground to another, thinking, and lured children in. And also children went missing for different states in America. But it just goes to show you that McDonald's was taking that and bought the poster, this colour, and decided to use it as a franchise. The McDonald's, obviously, they didn't put his face in it, but they put just a guy dressed up as a clown. But it just goes to show that would you call it, that that's where these things actually came from, and it's quite concerning that these, I mean, you've got even movies that actually sit and do things like this, the real life killers and things like that, which is actually quite thingy. I mean, they make movies on people that have been killed, and like they've got Ted Bundy. They've done movies about him. But I mean, you've got, the list is endless with the sort of movies, and nobody takes the consideration to remember the victims. Remember there were victims. And did McDonald's ever think, maybe they've just seen this poster, did they actually know this guy was, probably did, right? They probably did. But it's the fact is, that is what it's, the franchise is obviously is on. That's where it came from. It was to do with a real killer. Real killers that hurt children. Again, is that's not to do with the McDonald's now, but it's a fact is also they've taken that from that. As we need to look after our children, we need to keep them safe. There's far too many horrible things happening in the world, and it's very frightening. I mean, it's like nowadays you can't even walk out your front door without you seeing something. Or in my area that I stay, there was a young lady falling straight into a driveway, and obviously the young person had a balaclava on and was followed her anyway, and just they had ring door camera. So guys, I would highly recommend actually getting them, because they'll save you. Walk about with sprays and things like that on your alarms. But because you've got people that do things like these people that, like the Ronald McDonald or the other Ronald McDonald, that everywhere that could be your next door neighbour. Always be vigilant, keep your children safe. It's the same now you've got the online, and I know somebody does child protection. It goes out and it catches people that do bad to their children, and how sort of Tracy said, it doesn't matter what colour of skin you've got, what religion you've got, because they come from all walks of life, all. So please be vigilant and keep your children really close. Monitor everything. Do not let your small children on Snapchat. Keep them off of Roblox, because they're the two worst. They are the two worst on your child getting out. And why would you allow your 6-year-old child on Snapchat? But for 5 minutes peace. It's different having the telly on with the cartoons, but make sure they're playing, reading a book. Books are amazing. Teach your children knowledge rather than having them just sitting on a device playing a computer. Obviously, it's like once they get older, they're into their own computers and things like that, but that's different. My kids are a lot older now, so they like their computer games. But when they were younger, they were not allowed phones or nothing, or not even tellies in their room, because we played board games and things like that. We still today still play board games. I thought they might not have wanted that, but they do. But be careful. I mean, it's like these guys, like Ronald McDonald, it turned into to be the franchise Ronald McDonald, all because of serial killers, molesters, and that's where that franchise came from, was the fact that it came from things like that. So I don't know if it's true about what people were going about saying about McDonald's. Take it as I always say, is take it with a pinch of salt, unless you get pure proper facts. I mean, I've got political things. What I believe in, all the things like that. I mean, I'm not anti-governmentals, but I'm not going to be sitting putting that upon here on this platform. There's enough platforms that cover and do very well with things like that, but they go into detail with things like that. So, but not that I couldn't speak about that, because I want to become an independent MP, but it's just too much. But as I said, be careful, guys. Look after each other, and look after your children. And the fact is, well, you know where McDonald's is anyway. I mean, the fact is, I don't know if you'll be able to see the photographs of McDonald. I'll see if I can actually show it. I mean, everybody knows. I mean, I don't need to even show you the real pictures of Ronald McDonald. I mean, he had the red hair, obviously the white prominent thing, you can probably see it. The lighting in here is quite terrible, especially in this room. Even today, my makeup and all that is quite bad. Nah, it's not going to show you. But if you look it up, you'll be able to see the real picture behind it. And oh my god, the fact is, it's showing you the way McDonald's thing was a cardboard cutting way. Even back then, it had a nose that had a cup on it. It just shows you where the people get the ideas from. And that was back then. I mean, I don't know when McDonald's opened up in America. You can look that up for yourself. But guys, keep your children safe. And obviously, it shows you, didn't it? But you did never know. I mean, if it wasn't for somebody actually know that she's another child protector, she protected children. She actually just saved children, because it was a big case. And obviously there was a lot of children. What that family did was vile to the kids, and obviously they're going to have a lot of therapy. And this lady's amazing what she does, and I always give her credit all the time. We all do. We all rally around her all the time, and she always gets the support, because obviously she does her job well. Protecting her children, and so does Alec and things like that. Obviously, it's like, so these two people, and there's other teams that help protect our children. Now guys, it just shows you, as I said, with the real McDonald's, these people are like your next door neighbours, or the rest you don't know. So even, it's obviously is it keep your enemies close, keep your friends close, whatever. It's like, you know what I mean. But sending love and light and good night, and it just shows you never know where all these franchises and where they came from in the first place. So always look it up. But I always say, be careful what you always look at, because not everything you believe is what people tell you the truth. Dig for it yourself. And then you'll find out the truth of what's going on. Send it, as I say, send love and light, and good night.